More than 2 years ago, my mom woke me up with the worst news anyone can receive. 2 years in which my life changed completely, and a part of me stayed there. From that moment, I was in neutral. I didn't feel sadness, happiness, or anger. I just felt empty. Hours passed and I was managing my day as I normally do, but it was time to face the situation. I had to go to the funeral home. My feet were shaking, but without being able to say anything, I went. Before I understood what life was about, I had to understand what there was about. It is that with only 16 years, I had to face the most painful loss, that of my grandfather. Nobody could explain to me it was all over what was happening. All this happens on June 2018 at 1 a.m. An unexpected call comes informing me that it was my aunt giving her the news that her father had passed away. So far, so good. The problem starts when I get up, I go to the living room, and I notice that my parents are awake, and my dad is getting ready to go out. And I immediately look at the time, and it's 2 a.m. My parents never realized that I got up. I went to the bed until then I didn't know what was happening, until 8 a.m. The same day my mom wakes me up and tells me. From there, any call that comes in late at night generates me anguish because I imagined that I could go through something similar again. And this is where we stop for a minute to think. If you have to tell a child in your family that someone very darling has died, what would you say? How would you do it? You have to tell them that the person died. You have to use the word death. You have to talk about death with children because it is something natural. And don't tell them that they are in heaven because they are very literal. Coping with the loss of a close friend or family member could be one of the biggest challenges we can face. The death of a partner, a brother, or a parent can cause especially that pain. We may see loss as a natural part of life, but shock and confusion can still overtake us, which can lead to long periods of sadness and depression. The moral of this story is that adults should talk about death with children. Let them know there is a cycle of life and that they can always count on them to spread their emotions. In this way, the child is being prevented from developing a fear or difficulty due to the trauma of the situation. Death ends with a life, but not with a relationship. Thank you so much for your attention.